All right. Yep.
We're all set?
Should be.
Yeah. Cool. Okay. Nothing.
Hello.
Works in the morning. What's the weather today? There we go. I had to press the button.
I think it's picking up audio from
The other room?
no, I think it's picking up audio from the computer itself, but can you say anything?
Hello, testing, 1, 2, 3.
I can see it coming up as it's picking it up.
Taking it, okay. Okay, we're gonna give this a shot then. I'll call the meeting to order of the Finance Committee, clerk will call roll.
Council Ruben,
Here.
Council Moran,
Yeah.
Council Rubio. Three in attendance.
There's no public input. Unless I, when you know, there's some, so,
Do we have anything on the computer?
left is post.
Dante?
Yeah.
Do we have anybody in the computer?
No, nobody on the computer.
Nobody on the computer for the
No,
public.
nobody on the computer.
Okay. Council Moran, number 2.
Number 2 is employment agreement between the Pawtucket Water
Supply Board and Russell L. Hood Jr., PE Assistant Chief Engineer. Motion to discuss.
Motion been made by Council Moran, seconded by Council Rubio, that we discuss the employment agreement between the Pawtucket Water Supply Board and Russell Holt Jr., PE Assistant Chief Engineer. All those in favor of taking up the agreement?
Aye.
All right, Counselor?
I'll just speak to the contract and Jim can talk about the employment itself. The only changes to the contract are just a new term from 2025 to 2028. And then salary changes.
Yeah, basically in line with the last salary changes were basically from what I saw. So there's not much change at all.
Jim would say it, but I would also, Russ is pretty indispensable.
Yeah.
I've heard that over the years while I've been here. How long has he been with us now?
15?
Probably as long as I've been here then. If that's the case. I came in 2010.
Probably after.
2011.
Okay.
You're here to Angel Garcia.
I was gonna say,
Jesus.
when was Pam here? What year was that?
Yeah.
I got here in 05. Okay.
Our whole management team is mid to late 50s, so pretty soon. I don't know that this is the case, but
Who'd after we leave?
yeah, no, it's going to be a big problem. It is. The whole management team is late 50s.
Really?
I'm
late 50s, but I'll be staying. Yeah. So. Has anybody recognized that and tried
We
to address
recognize
in the
it.
future?
We can't get people.
Really?
We can't.
The
For
TV
anything.
industry or
It's everywhere. We just don't. Our pay isn't competitive. Yeah.
in the city or just in the industry? It's just not.
I'll speak to us. It's in our department. So. We don't have any backhoe operators. We're down 3 or 4 utility workers. It's becoming difficult to carry what we're known. We don't have 3 backhoe. We have 0.
Wow.
When was the last time you were at the grade?
Probably 5 years ago. So we have to hire contractors for emergency cases.
Speak of the devil.
I'm late?
Or
am I just on time?
Just on time. Any other questions from the board? Since our counselor just parked in, you don't have anything on this, do you, Frank? Okay, good. Then I'll entertain a motion to approve. I will second. The motion been made by Council Rubio, seconded by Council Moran, that we approve the 3-year agreement with Russell Holt Jr. for the assistant chief engineer. On the roll call vote.
Willoughby.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Rubio.
Three to nothing. Council Rubio, number 3.
Item number 3, ordinance of the city of Pawtucket approving the issuance of water revenue bonds and notes and revenue not to exceed $50 million for the purpose of financing improvements to the Pawtucket water supply system. I move to take possession.
Motion been made by Council Rubio, second by Council Moran, that we take up an ordinance of the city of Pawtucket improving the issuance of water revenue bonds and notes in the amount of not to exceed $50 million for the purpose of financing improvements to the Pawtucket water supply system. All those in favor of taking up the ordinance? Who wants to chair this one?
I'll give the overview. So this is a request to increase Pawtucket Water Supply Board's borrowing authority by $50 million. So we will go out and borrow that $50 million right away.
I appreciate it, but again, it sounds again, any cost incurred is always done to the ratepayers, correct?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
and so this is sort of giving us authority looking out, you know,
For the future.
a number of years.
Yeah.
But what it immediately will do is allow the Pawtucket Water Supply Board to access a $2.2 million loan that is 100% principal forgiveness.
Okay.
Eventually, there's a number of projects that will have to be financed through debt. But what will happen, over the course of years is some debt that we have will slide off,
It's already happening.
and this debt will come in.
So the same that we use for the principal of the bond payments. and stuff.
Yeah, so it won't be, a dollar per dollar. We'll have some debt coming off. We have a debt service allowance granted by the Public Utilities Commission. As debt slides off and new debt comes in, we'll always take a look at whether the existing debt service level that we have, whether it is sufficient or whether that would be a bump at some point. But this just gets us authorization to move forward. Principal forgiveness loan, and then in the future to borrow for these projects.
How do you come up with the numbers? If you have different numbers in mind, and then you kind of come up with that.
Yeah, we have projects in mind, so we'll give you a brief overview. We have 4 reservoirs and we have 8 groundwater wells. So I don't know if you've heard everybody has about PFAS. And so we're seeing trace levels of PFAS in our groundwater supply, which is being treated right now at the existing treatment plant. But what the removal of PFAS, what we're worried about is by relying on that to remove the PFAS at that treatment plant, we're going to shorten the life of the carbon in the filters. So I think eventually, the first thing we're going to do is rehab the wells, probably end up putting in a few new wells to maximize the aquifer. And then we'll be in a position that if we need to, we can build a PFAS removal pre-treatment plant. So we move it up with the well sites before it gets in. A treatment plant that big is probably $30 million.
The existing treatment plant, isn't that coming to the end of its term?
We just last year signed a new contract with Veolia.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew there was some question
Yeah.
about that. They weren't too interested in getting
Well,
back on.
The original contract allowed us to extend the contract,
Right.
but we couldn't come to terms. They wanted new terms. So we went public with an RFP. We had two companies submit, and Veolia with the 10-year, the 2 5-year renewals at our option.
And how that treatment go into your reports or?
Yeah, we have monthly meetings with them. They submit monthly reports to our board. And we have a great relationship. They do a great job. Works really well.
Most important.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? I'll entertain a motion.
Motion approved.
Motion has been made by Council Moran, second by Council Rubio, that approve an ordinance for the issuance of water revenue bonds and notes not to exceed $50 million. All those in favor by roll call vote.
Chairman Willoughby.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yeah.
Council Rubio. 3-0.
Thank you very much for attending the finance.
Thank you for having us.
Have a nice night.
We're gonna send you
There's no light on this.
It's fine if there isn't.
Is the volume on? Is it?
Yep.
Right?
Are we doing?
We're doing-
I thought Al Hervey was coming later.
I told him, I said we're twins.
Then we do, we need a whole, and that's when it's.
You ready?
Sorry.
At 6:17.
Rubio,
Here.
Council Russo, Council Moreno. Here. 3 in attendance.
Any public input? All right.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't.
I know.
Okay, item 2, vehicle claims for Marina George, $208.98 for a tire. My motion is to take this claim up.
All right. Now,
Nobody online.
Nobody online.
Brad, do you have any discussion on this item?
All of a sudden, I really don't like this place when I come here late with that. Cannot ever open.
You don't like
I
this,
still, no, I used to, but
So it used to be, I was being told the state of the art.
I can never, like, nothing ever works for me electronic.
Don't worry, you're not the only one.
So apparently, Council I will say,
That is something very soon.
If I recall this one correctly, with all due respect to the claim, global the sidewalk.
that's what it looked like it was determined.
Yes, I couldn't open mine, I was, but.
I haven't.
Oh, you got it.
Can't get it, man.
I can, that's right, usually I have it on my iPad.
There's an orange tone there. Right,
He drove all
correct, for the sidewalk.
sidewalks are not supposed to be driven. He didn't drive on the sidewalk, but that kind of thing. Property.
If I may, Chair, the date of the occurrence was 14 days prior to the date of supplying information to the clerk's office, although it was stated that they tried to get in touch with the proper personnel. Yes, they didn't know at that time, but it's still doubling on the time. We usually take like 7 days.
Well, that would only be,
Well, how, so we're okay with this one?
he's fine.
But the issue is that
She's
she's
fine.
fine, but the issue is that you don't feel the direct.
You don't have, well,
And the situation.
I mean, I assume, Chris, I'll defer to you guys, but I mean, at the end of the day, you don't drive on the sidewalk. That's never gonna happen. That's how I'm reading the field inspection report, based on my view of the photograph, that was easily avoided.
Right, I mean, you could see from the pictures that the edge and you're gonna hit a tire. All right, do we have a motion?
Motion,
Second.
All right, we have the motion been made by Councilor Rujo to deny this claim, second by Councilor Moreno. Rick, will you call the roll, please?
Council Rubio.
Yeah.
Council
Yes to deny.
Council Russo.
yes.
Council Moreno. Yes. 3-0 to deny. Thank you.
Motion to.
Motion to adjourn, no further business.
the committee as a whole,
It's Weimer.
Yes.
clerk will call the roll.
President Mercer.
Yeah.
Dr. Russo.
Yeah.
Dr. Padilla.
Yeah.
Dr. Gregor. Dr. Moran.
Here.
Dr. Moreno. Dr. Rubio.
Here.
Dr. Koviak. Dr. Lubin.
Here.
7
And there is no public input, correct?
Correct.
Mike, we have a better.
I do.
Everyone say that.
Item two, communication from Frank J. Milos, Esquire, City Solicitor Richard J. Goldstein, MMT. City Flex, City of Pawtucket, Rhode Island versus Amasource Bergen Road Corporation Canal City Council Committee of the whole meeting on September 10th, 2025. Motion is to file that communication, and also a portion of this meeting may be held in executive session pursuant to 42-46-4 and 42-46-5A2 of the general laws of the state of Rhode Island regarding pending litigation. So my motion would be that I take item 3 now too and go into,
Just take item 2, we'll file communication.
all right, file communication.
Moved by Council Russo, second by Council Rubio. That item 2, a communication from Frank Milos, the city solicitor to Ricky Goldstein, the city clerk. Regarding the city of Pawtucket, Rhode Island versus the Amerisource Bergen Drug Corporation et al. The city council meeting of the whole on September 10th, 2005. That means a portion of this meeting may be held in executive session pursuant to Brown General Law, section 42-46-4, 42-46-5, and 2 of the General Laws of Rhode Island State of Rhode Island regarding pending legislation. Motion is to file a communication. All in favor?
And
Well, we didn't ask to go into
Yeah.
executive. yet, right?
Actually,
I was gonna file a communication, and have somebody make a motion. So, does that work?
yeah, I thought we found it. But go ahead.
So motion is to file. All in favor?
Aye. So do we do motion, I make a motion to go into executive session, do I read?
Yeah.
Three?
No, you gotta read the whole thing out.
Read item 3, right?
No, talk about the portion of the.
I make a motion to go into executive session because this portion of this meeting may be held in executive session pursuant to 42-46-1 and 42-46-5, A2 of the general laws of the state of Rhode Island regarding pending litigation
At 6.
at 6:16.
Moved by Council Russo, second by Councilor Moreno. That we move into executive session pursuant to sections 42-46-4 and 42-46-5, and 2 of the general laws of the state of Rhode Island regarding pending legislation. Clerk will call the roll on moving into executive session at 6:26.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Russo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Yes. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Koviak. Council Lubin.
Yes.
7-0.
second, the minutes, the executive session. Call roll.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Councilor Ruzo.
Yes.
Councilor Correa.
Yes.
Councilor Moran.
Yes.
Councilor Moreno.
Yes.
Councilor Rubio.
Yes.
Councilor Willoughby.
Yes.
7-0.
Move by Council, move by second by Council, that was adjourned.
Oh, before you say that, I'm just gonna state for the record what you did.
You did the right?
You're gonna state for the record.
There's no action, take the right, you took no action. We have the whole, no action. Now we're adjourned. All in favor? Aye. You want it?
You have to take over.
If you are currently waiting in line, online, via Zoom to speak it, can you please press the raise hand, button at this time if you would like to speak in public input?
what I mean. I mean, I'm good to see him like that. No. See, I'm not the only one. Welcome to the city council's temporary headquarters at Freight Street. The first thing on our agenda tonight is pre-council appointments to boards. The first one, well, they're both being Rashonda Hazendov and Zachary Russell. Are either or both of you here? Would you like to come up individually? Rashonda, we'll start with you. Both Rashonda and Zachary are being appointed to the Historic District Commission, and we've got one more appointment after that. So, Rashonda, how are you? Good, thank you. Is your mic on? A little green light? All right, perfect.
Oh, it's greener.
It's greener. Yes, I guess it was always green, right? So welcome. This is just an opportunity for us to kind of meet folks that we are going to approve, either appoint or approve to be appointed to different boards. So it's nice to have put a face to a name, have somebody come forward. We certainly appreciate everybody willing to get involved. I think I would ask you if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself, why this is important to you, and why you think you'll be a good fit on the Historic Commission. So
Sure. Thank you.
the floor is yours.
Thank you. I moved to Rhode Island, to Pawtucket in 2017, for work. And, I love the city. I've been a homeowner in the city since 2019. And, I just want to find ways to help, make the city better. I feel like there's a lot of great things that's happening. A lot of new businesses, a lot of new build that's happening. What do I do? My professional job is that I'm a fundraiser, and I've been doing that for almost 20 years. So if there's any skills that I can bring to the table that can, help the committee, and then also that can help my fellow neighbors, I would definitely like to offer my assistance in that.
Oh, that's wonderful. Anybody have any questions? So, Shonda, I'm sorry, go right ahead, Counselor.
Thank you.
Wanting to be a part of it.
Thank you.
You live on Eaton Street, yes?
I do.
You picked the best district.
Oh.
And close by, Slater Park.
Yes.
And,
Yes.
So, we're happy to see that a fairly recent arrival in Pawtucket has taken Pawtucket to heart.
Yes.
And wants to serve, and as a homeowner and a taxpayer, and doing everything she can to make the city someplace we all want to live. So we absolutely appreciate your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So it's Shonda Brown now.
Oh. Should we do it that way later on?
Easier, or you want that? Okay. She told me that she's changing it too, that's why.
How about Hazendove Brown, so we don't get in trouble? Will that work? All right, I think, Counselor, unwittingly, I think I gave that one to you.
That
Yes.
is mine.
So feel free to
I'll make sure.
add the Brown.
I'll edit.
Okay, Zachary, you are here, right? You could come up, kind of the same treatment. So what we were just talking about, see if you can beat Rashonda.
Sure. I'll take a swing at it. Yes, my name's Zach. You guys have seen me quite a few times talking about some preservation, topics in the city. I graduated from Salve in 2023 with a preservation degree. I have some restoration carpentry experience and research, stuff like that. and I've always lived in Pawtucket. I'm mainly in Beverage Hill Ave. And I just want to do more for the city. About 2 years now, I've been a board member of the Heritage Alliance Pawtucket. So I like to somehow unite those groups a little bit more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry. Maybe more, be a little bit more proactive with preservation issues in the city, and somehow able to encourage people to preserve more in the city, and just again help out wherever I can.
Thank you.
I appreciate, I apologize.
Sorry.
So we have seen you a handful of times.
Mhm.
Your house on Beverage Hill is on the corner of Beverage Hill
In
and
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
Mhm.
I almost said Yale, but I'm a big Notre Dame fan.
Yeah.
We know the expertise that you bring to it, so I'm very comfortable anyway. I'm
Right.
sure everybody else is. So again, we appreciate anybody who is willing to step forward and help out the process. So
Great.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
And we have Sandra Brazil. Is Sandra here? Pull that on down.
Sure.
Sandra, welcome.
Thank you.
You can kind of see what happened. We want to put the face to the name, see what the expertise is. You know, we get a resume of sort most of the time from someone. Better to have a little bit of face time. So
I'm Sandy Brazil. I've lived in Pawtucket for 10 years, and I recently retired for the second time. I worked for the school department, and I was a clerk, and then I went back last year under retirement. And so I finally retired, and I wanted to get involved, and I love the library. I love learning and reading and encouraging other people, and especially young people, to get involved and use the library and enjoy it. And my background is varied. I worked in a hospital. I've done risk management. I've done all sorts of things. Worked for hospice. So I'd just like to offer.
well, I'm sure you'll be an asset. You know, we've got Sue Reed, who runs a very good shop over there. So what school did you work at? Or did you work down a central office?
I worked at Tolman, and last year I worked at Agnes Little.
Huh. My daughter teaches at Tolman, and my wife teaches at Agnes Little.
I know.
So when I go home and tell her, I'm sure she's gonna be happy to hear. So, anybody have any questions for Sandra? Thank you, Sandra. I'm sure you do a great job.
Thank you.
Okay. Now we're on to public input. Not that we're gonna go to it immediately. Is there anybody online for public input? No. Okay. Do I have the sheet? I do. There's one individual, Robert Patterson. I spoke with him earlier. He was here on a particular issue, and he felt it was going to be addressed okay, so he wasn't going to speak tonight. So we now would move on to the Board of License Commissioners. Pawtucket Board of License Commissioners will come to order. Clerk will call the roll. Here.
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 Mr. President, I'd like to call for approval of item number 1, the previous minutes from August 20th, 2025.
Been moved by Councilor Ruggiero, second by Councilor Rubio, that approval be given to the minutes of the previous meeting of August 20th, 2025, as prepared by the clerk. Are there any concerns, amendments on the minutes? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
All right. Item number 2 is the consent agenda, and item number 3 is petition for license. I call for approval, starting with entertainment. A petition from Shree Studios Service Corp. and Bach for a license to have the Shree Spectacular 2025, all the way down to waste hauler, Win Waste Innovations of Northern New England. Motion is to approve.
Mr. Chair, if I may.
Yes.
I need to recuse myself as my business is a vendor at one of the events.
Okay, since it's a consent agenda, there's not gonna be any discussion, so I don't think you have to leave the area. I mean, normally you do need to fill that out, but
Okay.
the reason for leaving the area is that you don't influence some way the discussion. This is the consent agenda. It's gonna be done in one fell swoop, so I don't need,
For the petitions for license?
yes,
Okay.
those are part of those are with the asterisk are the ones we do in one fell swoop.
Okay.
So
That's what I'm saying. So,
she's abstaining on that one singular one.
correct.
Correct.
Okay.
That's why. I
Which,
was
and which one
recusing
is it?
myself.
Which one?
Where if you're gonna take entertainment as a whole, then it's on B.
Could you just abstain from the whole thing, like one, call for approval? All right. Okay.
So is it just item B we're talking about?
Correct.
Okay, in that case, with the exception of item B, the
There you
motion of Counselor Arujo, seconded by Counselor Wildenhain, is that approval be given to items 2 and 3, the consent agenda and petitions for license, with the exception of item B under petitions for license. It starts with a petition of Shree Studio down through halfway through page 2 for Wind Waste Innovations of Northern New England. Any discussion on approving items 2 and 3 with the exception of item 3B? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed. Now, item 3B. Council Rubio,
Will
you
abstain.
will abstain on this one.
Correct.
There is no discussion, so there's no need for you to leave the area. Any discussion on approving item 3B? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Before you go any further, Mike,
No, I
I see some folks sitting out there.
abstain.
Oftentimes they are here for something that gets approved without them even realizing it. So if you were here for Shree Studio, Canny Wellness, Pawtucket Film Festival, Ditrium Industries, the Pigeon Loft renewals for James Luis and Petros Zervris, Bubbles Laundry, Pascal Pizza, and we already mentioned Wind Waste. So if you're one of those, it has been approved. Okay, I'm sorry, on to item 4.
Okay, item 4 is advertised for a public hearing, auto repair shop and second-hand shop, Class B, parts only transfer. Samantha's Auto Service LLC, 347 Broadway, license number AUT 25-8, transfer from Master of Mechanic LLC. With the special conditions per zoning board, no auto body. Huh? All right. That's all right.
Good.
No auto body or motorcycle repair shall be permitted. Only auto repair shall be permitted. All used engine parts, transmission parts, muffler parts, tailgate parts, and or similar mechanical objects shall be stored in the garage. All rubbish shall be stored in a clean and orderly manner and shall be removed from the site at least once a month. Hours of operation permitted is 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Saturday, and closed on Sunday. All work conducted on the vehicles shall be performed inside the garage. The operation must obtain a repair shop license from the city. Subletting of the building shall not be permitted. No unregistered vehicles shall be stored on the property. Motion is to convene this public hearing.
Moved by Council Rujo, second by Council Wildenhain, that we convene a public hearing regarding the auto repair and shop and second-hand shop Class B parts only transfer. Samantha's Auto Service, Samantha Auto Service LLC, 347 Broadway, license number AUT-25-8. This would be a transfer from Master Mechanic LLC with 7 stipulations. I won't bother rereading those. The motion is to convene the public hearing. Here, I declare the public hearing open. Are the applicants for the transfer here? Anybody from Samantha's Auto Service? Are you here for Samantha's Auto Service? If you could please come
Come to the
forward,
mic.
sir. Okay. Are you both members or participants in the LLC?
No, he's my son, so probably me just I need some help, so he's here for.
If he has to translate, you mean?
Just in case.
Okay, sounds like you're doing okay so far.
Thank
So,
you.
could you give your name and address to the clerk, please?
Yes, my name is Alberto Alvarado.
ALBERTO?
Yes.
And how do you spell your last name?
ALVARATO.
ALBARATO.
DO.
ADO.
Alvarado, okay.
And
And your address? Home address?
23 Arlington Avenue in Cranston. Rhode Island. 1402.
Okay. The Alvarado,
Alvarado.
23 Arlington Avenue, Cranston.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Alvarado, you can maybe move that up a little bit so it's a little bit easier for you. So you are here to take over, for the most part, the mechanics shop on Broadway through a transfer from master mechanic.
That's correct.
That is in Councilor Wildenhain's council district. So I'm going to turn the matter over to him to ask you a few questions. Okay.
All right.
Mr. Alvaro, that's me.
Okay.
How are you?
Okay.
I didn't hear from you, so I didn't know this was happening, but I take it you're the establishment that it's on Broadway and Allen, I think, maybe on the corner of Allen.
No.
Where is this located then?
347 Broadway.
Right, what's the side street there? What's it? There's a side street there. There's Lawrence Street and there's Allen Street. I'm trying to think. So is it Allen Street? Okay, I thought so.
Like coal.
So that's
Usually in the last
Warren Tire
gentleman that owned that place there, that's why all these restrictions were on there. Because you're coming off the highway, there was a bunch of things that we kind of stipulated that I don't want tires out. I don't want unregistered vehicles and stuff. You guys are going to do the work. You're going to do the work inside. You're not going to have the work outside, you know, I want the place looking neat because you're in a residential neighborhood. So that's the important part, that the cars that you're fixing, you keep on your property and not park them out in the street, because the residents are using those parking spots also. Although they are legal parking spots, but we just don't like to have the businesses affect the neighborhood. And that's one of the reasons why I think we put in here about the rubbish and everything else be cleaned up. As long as you keep a neat and clean establishment, you're not going to have a problem. Your neighbors will get along with you and you'll get along with them. So I'm hopeful that is the hours of operation, you're going to need different, or is it the same? You're going to run the same hours of operation?
This is put on by the zoning.
Oh, this is put on zoning?
Yeah.
I thought these
Special
were
conditions per zoning.
Mhm. Okay. So you're running from 8 o'clock in the morning till 6 o'clock at night,
That's correct.
and you're closed on Sundays.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then we'll see how that goes. You know, if anything changes, then we'll address those things in the future. But again, from my standpoint as the district councilman, I would just like to make sure that you keep the property clean and you don't have any issues with your neighbors, okay?
That's correct.
Thank you very
No,
much.
we'll take care of that, you know.
Appreciate it.
Just something necessary for the neighbors.
Yep.
The city. Have to be
Appreciate it.
clean. That's my goal.
Okay.
Trying
Yes,
to do it.
Councilor Moran has a question.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it used to be my district, then it got redistricted to Council Wildenhain, but we had some issues with the prior person. It was all about cleanliness. So as Councilor Wildenhain alluded to, you just want to make sure that that whole area is clean. The prior person used to load tires everywhere and stuff, so it just didn't look that good. And it's right when you come off the exit, you're coming off the exit of Route 95, you just don't want to see anything that looks seedy in any way. So just make sure you keep it clean. And again, I know Council Wildenhain will be all over it. The other question I had was prior experience. Did you have prior experience doing this too, or no?
Yes, couple years back though in Providence, but I lived some time between, so now starting all over again. So,
but when you did it a few years ago, was it your own place or did you work with someone?
I was part of the owner person.
Okay.
Was the owner. So we did that in Providence.
Okay, thank you.
Are you the mechanic or a mechanic, or do you run it and you're going to hire a mechanic?
Yeah, I want to have somebody to.
So you're not
to work.
technically the mechanic. You're going to be the business owner and hope mechanic makes you some good customers.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any further questions for Mr. Alvarado? All right, gentlemen, you can have a seat. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is, as I said earlier, a public hearing. Is there anybody here tonight to speak on this matter at this public hearing? Is there anyone online?
If anybody is currently waiting online to speak in this public hearing, can you please press the raise hand button at this time? I see no hands.
Okay, in that case, I will declare the public hearing closed and entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the license and with the stipulations that are put on by the zoning board.
Second it too.
Been moved by Councilor Wildenhain, second by both Councilor Wildenhain, Councilor Moran and Councilor Arujo, that approval will be given to the transfer from Master Mechanic LLC to Samantha Auto Services LLC, 347 Broadway, license number AUT-25-8, with the 7 conditions that are set forth and imposed by the school board. Is there any discussion?
Zoning
I'm
board,
sorry.
you said school.
The zoning board.
Want to get that out of your mind?
I'm trying. Put on by the zoning board. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
Item number 5, request to amend rain date for petition for license, which was approved on August 6, 2025. Entertainment and Class F beer and wine. Petition of Convite Guatemala, USA, RI, for a license to have a Guatemalan festival and to sell beer and wine and food at PRA parking lot 354 Pine Street on Sunday, September 21st, 2025, from 12 p.m. until 9 p.m. Rain date, September 28, 2025, and adding additional rain date of September 20th, 2025. License number EVT-25-59. Motion to approve the amendment.
Forgive me, Counselor. Is this correct? Rick?
Yes. Yes, I think.
They're adding a rain date of prior to the date they were going to have
I
it?
think at the letter that was sent, they said they have a band coming in and they want to make sure they get to perform. So if it looks like it's gonna rain on the 21st, then they'll move it up to the 20th. Is the way I understand it. But yeah, I had the same
Oh,
question.
if it's forecast rain on Sunday, they'll try on Saturday.
Yeah, they'll do it.
But the original rain date was the 28th, the following Saturday. So if it rains on both the 20th and 21st, are they
can
going?
Still do the 28th.
Okay, okay, that's clear. It just didn't make sense to me. As you read it, Councilor Rougeau, seconded by Councilor Codier, that a request to amend the rain date for the petition for license, which was approved back on August 6th, 2025. The petition of Convite Guatemala, USA, Guatemala, USA, Rhode Island, for a license to have a Guatemalan festival and to sell beer and wine and food at the PRA parking lot at 354 Pine Street on Sunday, September 21st, from noon until 9, with the rain date of the following Saturday, the 28th, but adding an additional rain date of September 20th, the day before the original petition, 2025. This would be license number EVT-25-59. Is there any discussion on this matter? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Item number 6 is advertised for public hearing. Carnival petition of Rockwell Amusement to have a fall carnival at 100 Main Street on Thursday, October 16, 2025, from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Friday, October 17, 2025, from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Saturday, October 18th, from 2025, from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, October 19th, 2025, from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. License number EVT 25-69. A portion of the proceeds to benefit the Elijah Project. Motion is to convene this public hearing.
Moved by Councilor Rougeau, second by Councilor Codier, that we convene a public hearing for a carnival petition of Rockwell Amusement to have a fall carnival at 100 Main Street on Thursday, October 16th, from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Friday, October 17th, from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. Saturday, October 18th, from 2 p.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, October 19th, from 2 p.m. until 8 p.m. will be license number EVT-25-69, and a portion of the proceeds will benefit the Elijah Project. The motion is to convene the public hearing. I declare the public hearing open. Are the petitioners here? Anybody from Rockwell Amusement? Good evening, sir.
Hi.
You're here for the application, the petition, correct? Could you give your name and at home address to the clerk, please?
My name is Harold Ferrer, the owner of Rockwell Amusements,
Spell your last name, please,
FERA,
and your home address.
30 Hunter Ridge Drive, North Situate, Rhode Island, 02857.
Situate. Okay, Mr. Harold Ferrer, 30 Hunter Ridge Drive, North Situate, Rhode Island.
Mr. Farrow, welcome.
Thank you.
Where is 100 Main? Is that down?
It's at the Apex?
Apex.
Okay, so that's your
Apex?
That
Apex,
Apex
yes.
lot. Yeah,
The
that's
Apex
you
parking
possibly.
lot.
Yeah, I should have known that. So, just as I turned over,
City-owned lot.
I turned over the last one to the district council. In this case, it's Council Codier. Do you have any questions for the applicant, Counselor?
I do. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. These this type of carnivals, you have all the games, all the rides, right?
Yes.
Okay. Just to confirm, these rides have like some special insurance and
We submit the insurance. We have the state ride inspector come and inspect before we open. We have your local electrical inspector come and inspect. We generate our own electricity.
study the floor before they place the, okay.
Yes, yes.
I forgot the other question that I have for you.
We've
I'm
been
trying to
doing it for-
remember.
We've been doing it for over 50 years.
Yeah.
The last time we were in Pawtucket, we went with the Pawtucket Red Sox over at the stadium.
We're down at McCoy Stadium
We used
a
to-
couple of years ago before.
Yes,
Yeah.
before they left, obviously.
And that actually is in my district and there were no problems, but state law requires the ride, every time you wind up at a new location, that the ride has to be.
Every time we move,
If you went.
every
from-
week,
you
we're
went from there
inspecting.
to the Lincoln Mall,
Correct.
probably the same guy.
The state
mandate-
comes to inspect and the local electrical
You
inspector.
do,
comes.
you did at Emerald Mall too? I think
Yes.
I saw that. Okay.
Yes,
The
the state of Massachusetts comes.
The bull one? The bull.
No,
the
no,
loose-
no,
No,
no.
I
We have no
saw
live
one.
animals.
I was thinking the same thing when you said Emerald's. I didn't think you did. It's, I know full well that Rockwell's been in business for quite some time and
We do the Bristol 4th of July, we do Washington County Fair. We do a lot of work in Rhode Island. Actually, we did a lot of work in New England.
I still,
A long time ago, we used to set up across from City Hall in the parking lot. Correct.
Cool.
You're right. You brought back some memories. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Counselor, do you have any other questions?
no, I was just curious about the type of setup and insurance and all
Yeah.
that.
and
Because
the-
of
the
course
state-
we
the state
need
is-
to go
the
when we
state
were
has
kids.
already protected us on that.
And
It's
I
required.
still do the little
have to
kids
be
ride. I would never do the adults ride. The only thing that I always ask anybody who has an event or a festival or carnival in the city is that I know that you will clean the area, but also around the area.
What we do is we bring in portable dumpsters, we bring in portable toilets. Every night, as soon as we close, the whole area that we're in is all cleaned. And then we do a final cleanup when we leave. That's mandatory everywhere we go.
I have
That-
no more questions. No.
Anybody else have any questions for Mr. Farrell?
Sounds fun.
In that case, Mr. Farrell, you can have a
Sounds fun,
seat.
yeah.
I'm going to see if there's anybody out here who wants to speak on this matter at this public hearing. Is there anybody online?
If
Mr. Farrell, you can have a seat if you like.
If you are looking to speak in this public hearing, if you're waiting on Zoom, can you please press the raise hand button at this time? I see no hands.
Okay, in that case, I will declare the public hearing closed and I will entertain a motion. You can have a seat if you like, sir.
Thank you, Mr.
You're say you can have a seat if you like.
You're all
I
set.
think
You can have a seat if you
we're
like.
gonna vote on it now.
Oh,
You
oh.
have it- Yeah, thank you.
That's quite all right.
okay. Thank you.
Councilor Cooder.
Thanks, Mr. President. I would like to make a motion to approve the petition of Rockwell Amusement to have a fall carnival at 100 Main Street on, do I have to say all the dates?
I'll take care of that.
Okay.
Your motion is to approve?
To approve, yes.
The motion's been made by Councilor Codere, second by Councilor Rubio. That approval be given to a petition of Rockwell Amusement to have a fall carnival at 100 Main Street at Thursday, October 16th from 6 p.m. and to 10 p.m. Friday, October 17th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. Saturday, October 18th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. and Sunday, October 19th from 2 p.m. till 8 p.m. It will be license number EBT-25-69. Is there any discussion on the motion to approve? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, motion carries. You're all set, sir.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
day. Thank you.
Item number 7 is communication from Frank J. Milos, Esquire, City Solicitor, Councilor Clovis, Gregor, response, kennel, license, and ordinance. Motion is to file.
I move by Councilor Arujo, second by Councilor Willoughby, that communication from Frank Milos, the city solicitor, to Councilor Gregor regarding a response to the kennel license and ordinance question. The motion is to file the communication. Is there any discussion? All in favor of filing? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
Wait, are we pushing this?
Nope.
All right.
Take it up and I'll
All
explain
right.
what's going on.
Item number 8 is the following petition for license renewal was postponed at the meeting held on March 19th, July 9th, July 23rd, and August 6th, 2025, and is again taken up. Kennel renewal, Harmony Dog Training LLC, 65 Patterson Ave, license number KNL-25-2. Motion is to take this up.
Moved by Councilor Ruda, second by Councilor Moreno, that we take the following petition for license renewal is postponed at the meetings held March 9th, July 9th, March 19th, July 9th, July 23rd, August 6th. And is again taken up. It's regarding a kennel renewal for Harmony Dog Training LLC, 65 Patterson Avenue, license number KNL-25-2. Earlier today, Councilor Gregor called me to say he wasn't going to be here, but he informed me what he had intended to do tonight, and I will explain that and then ask somebody to make that motion. His motion is twofold. We'll do it in two parts. The first is that he moves to renew this kennel license. And then the second one would be to convene a public hearing on the business practice or business model at the first meeting of November. So can I get a motion to renew kennel license number -25-2?
So moved.
Moved by Councilor Moreno, seconded by Councilor Arujo. Is there any discussion? Councilor Wildenhain, you look a little perplexed.
Yeah, it's on the next part, not on this. Okay, so I'll ask the question.
Okay, is there any discussion then on approving the renewal? In that case, all in favor of approving the renewal?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. The next motion Councilor Gregor would like to see is a motion to call the license holder in for a formal hearing on the first meeting of November. Are you making the motion?
No, I'm
asking a
asking
question?
a question, but I'll wait till after the motion.
Anyone make that motion? Councilor Rujo makes the motion, second by Councilor Moran, that the license holder for kennel, Harmony Dog Training LLC, 65 Patterson Avenue, license number KNL-25-2 be brought in for a formal hearing the first meeting of November. Any discussion, Councilor Wilder?
Yes. At first, you said it was he asked for a public hearing. Now you're saying.
No, I said, I meant the formal hearing. If I said,
That's
formal, that's my mistake.
You
Thank
did, and
Thank
that's
you
what
for
I'm just
clarification.
getting the clarification
Okay.
for. So it is a formal hearing that you're asking for.
Did I correct it that second time? No, I think I said
You-
formal that time.
you did,
So a
but-
formal hearing. Yes.
We need reasons.
Yeah, what's that for?
To determine whether or not the operation of the facility is becoming a nuisance in the neighborhood. My words, not his, but roughly that's what we're talking about.
Is that how we approach that? I guess that'd be the only way to do it, like have a formal hearing or some sort of a hearing.
Yeah, because according to the letter that we just filed, number
Yeah.
7, that said that you can't take an actually. This was only a renewal,
Right.
right? And he was not on notice that something else could happen. In this case, a formal hearing is a notice that if there are certain adverse findings, some consequences could result. Okay.
But is that formal hearing, when you have the formal hearing, is that, because it's already been renewed up until when, and then is it
Yeah, but-
to address it as we go along or something?
No, so it's renewed for the rest of the year, just
rest
like
of the year.
just like a class B might be
Right.
renewed in, say, January.
Right.
But we got a problem with that particular license holder in August. We still address them in August. This is just pushing it out far enough so he knows what's going on and the folks in the area know what's going on.
No, I guess my question, so my follow-up is what the point of the formal hearing is to ascertain what, like, once you have the formal hearing, you're making a motion to do what? I know it's not there yet, but
His intention,
Yeah.
from what I gather, his intention is to determine whether or not the licensee has, or that business has become a nuisance or something akin to that. After that finding, stipulations or some other result, some other penalty
Okay.
could be imposed, but it can't be imposed until we have a
Right.
formal hearing, and
Right.
he can't do that until the formal hearing establishes that it is indeed a nuisance. So that makes sense.
That makes
And
sense.
that's in keeping with the solicitor's advice in the letter that we approved in item 7.
Okay.
I don't know what will come of it, but that's his request. That was the motion from Councilor Rougeau, seconded by Councilor Moran, correct?
Yes.
Okay, in that case, is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
No further business coming before the Pawtucket Board of License Commissioners. I make a motion that we adjourn and reconvene as the city council.
Moved by Councilor Rougeau, second by Councilor Moreno, that we adjourn as Pawtucket Board of License Commissioners and convene as a Pawtucket City Council. Before we do, would everyone rise and please join us in the national anthem started by, I'm sorry, the Pledge of Allegiance. The Pledge of Allegiance, and we'll go one behind you to Councilor Codere.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll do it at the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
After everybody leaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Get my harmonica.
It's the medication. Pawtucket City Council come to order. Clerk will call the roll. That would be you, clerk.
President Murphy.
Here.
Council Rujo.
Here.
Please. Codere.
Here.
Council Gregor. Council Moran.
Here.
Council Moreno. Council Rubio.
Here.
Council Koviak. Council Wildenhain.
Here.
7 in attendance.
Mr. President, I call for approval of the previous minutes of August 20th, 2025 of the City Council and August 26th, 2025 of the Joint Recreation Committee and City Property Committee.
Second.
Prepared by the clerk.
It's been moved by Council Rougeau, second by Council Wildenhain, that approval be given to the minutes of the previous meetings of August 20th, 2025 of the City Council and August 26th, 2025 Joint Recreation Committee, City Property Committee. The minutes as prepared by the clerk. Are there any amendments, deletions, concerns? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries.
I call for approval on item number 2, the consent agenda and correspondence.
The move by Council Arujo, second by Council Moreno, that approval be given to item 2, the consent agenda and correspondence. Are there any items the members wish to address? Councilor Wildenhain, your hand up?
Yep.
What number?
B.
Letter B? Anyone else? In that case, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Councilor Wildenhain, item B.
Item B is a communication from Carl Johnson, the Director of Zoning and Code Enforcement, and it's a task force update. I want to thank them for the work that they did. I'd also like to thank Director Johnson I'd like to ask him to consider extending the task force. I know that it seemed like it was seasonal with high grass and other things and the, especially the board, the poster boards that end up on the telephone poles. I think that's a valuable tool that he has, and I'd like to see it. He's comprised the task force of people that really want to look out for the city and make the city look better. So I would ask that he would extend that time frame and kind of continue that work. It would be appreciated. But then after that, I also have another request that I'd like to have a meeting, ask for a meeting of the DPW committee.
Public Works and Cemetery.
Public Works and Cemeteries, to address some of the language on bulky waste pickup now that it's, and the reason I asked for it under this is because it's under a zoning issue. So I'd like to get the director involved in it and look at the ordinance and possibly amending the ordinance so that we streamline it so that some of the bulky waste that we're seeing being left around, mainly couches and stuff like that, gets addressed a little bit quicker than it does now because the time frame that we have is kind of 30 days is ridiculous to leave a couch sitting out before we could take some type of action on it. So I'd like to see us look at that ordinance maybe in committee and address it to try and streamline it so that it's more effective in the court system and it's more effective through DPW because that's some of the thought that I want to have is maybe that we shorten the time frame and then we also can allow DPW to pick it up and possibly charge people for it. So that, but those are discussions in committee matters.
Okay, so we're gonna deal with those two things separately. Can I deal with the second one first? The chair of that committee is here. I think he heard you loud and clear. Don't know that we necessarily need a motion for him to consider having a.
It's fine.
So is that okay with you?
Just a request. Yeah,
Yep.
just a
Okay,
request.
Yeah.
May I interject? But looking at an ordinance too, would that be combined meeting with the?
It doesn't have to be.
Doesn't
It
have
doesn't
to
have to be. It's the same thing
We'll send
with
it to ordinance afterwards.
everything that comes out of finance is an ordinance, but it doesn't
Okay.
go to the ordinance
All right.
committee.
Okay.
So you're satisfied that your concern has been heard, yes?
Correct.
Okay, in that case, the second one, are you making a motion to send a letter to Director Johnson asking him to extend that? And are you looking for a short extension or 365 days?
If you'd like to do it 365 days, I'm more than willing to have
If
him
he
do
has
it.
volunteers?
He's got volunteer group. It's not going to put any cost on the city and it's going to make the city look better. I appreciate those individuals that take the time out of their day to turn around and help us clean up the city. And we know that our staffing levels are never where it needs to be, but any help that we can give them would be appreciated. So I think this group has done a fantastic job, and I just want them to continue to do it as long as we can see that they want to participate.
Okay, so motion's been made by Councilor Wildenhain, second by Councilor Moreno, that a letter be sent to Zoning Director Carl Johnson, thanking him and his volunteers for the work they've done in the volunteer program and asking if perhaps that program can be extended, perhaps at some point to year round. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Item 3.
Number 3 is a communication from His Honor Mayor Donald R. Grebbian to the honorable members of the Pawtucket City Council submitting the following appointment for the Public Library Board trustees for confirmation. Sandra J. Basil, 356 Grand Avenue, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 02861. The term expires the first Monday in January of 2027. I call for approval on a roll call vote.
Moved by Councilor Wildenhain, second by Councilor Rougeau, that a communication from His Honor Mayor Donald R. Grebbian to the honorable members of the Pawtucket City Council submitting the following appointment to the Public Library Board of Trustees. Sandra J. Brazil, 356 Grand Avenue, for a term that expires the first Monday in January of 2027. The motion is for a confirmation on a roll call vote. Is there any discussion? Clerk will call the roll.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Ruzo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Yes. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Wildenhain.
Yes.
7-0.
Item number 4, a communication from His Honor Mayor Donald R. Grebian to the honorable members of the Pawtucket City Council submitting the following appointment to the Historic District Commission for confirmation for Shonda Hosendove. Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
Hosendorf.
Hosendove, Brown, from 35 Eaton Street, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, 02861. Term expires the first Monday in February 2027. I move to approve in a roll call vote.
It's been moved by Councilor Rubio, second by Councilor Codere, that a communication from His Honor Mayor Donald R. Grebian to the honorable members of the Pawtucket City Council submitting the following appointment to the Historic District Commission for Shonda Hosendove Brown, 35 Eaton Street. Term that expires the first Monday in February of 2027. This is to fill the unexpired term of C. Morgan Greff. The motion is for confirmation on a roll call vote. Is there any discussion? In that case, the clerk will call the roll.
President Mercer,
Yes.
Council Ruzo,
Yes.
Council Codere,
Yes.
Council Moran,
Yes.
Council Moreno, Council Rubio,
Yes.
Council Wildenhain,
Yes.
7-0.
Item number 5 is a communication from His Honor Mayor Arnold R. Grebian to the honorable members of the Pawtucket City Council submitting the following appointment as an alternate member of the Historic District Commission, Zachary Russell, 214 Average Hill Ave, for a term expiring the first on in February 2026. I move for approval on a roll of vote. Moved by Council Moreno, second by Council Rubio, that a communication from His Honor Mayor Donald R. Grebian to the honorable members of the Pawtucket City Council submitting the following appointment as an alternate member of the Historic District Commission. Zachary Russell, 214 Beverly Hill Avenue, for a term that expires the first Monday in February of 2026. The motion is for confirmation on a roll call vote. Is there any discussion? Clerk will call a roll.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Ruzo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Wildenhain.
Yes.
7-0.
Number 6 is a communication from Frank J. Marlos Esquire, City Solicitor, to Richard J. Goldstein, MMC, the City Clerk, the City of Pawtucket, Rhode Island versus Amerisource Bergen Drug Corporation, ETAL. City of Pawtucket, Rhode Island versus Amerisource Bergen Drug Corporation. Do you want all this case? 1-18-C-V-00139 West, -WES-LDA, Purdue Farmer Sackler, Alvogen Incorporated, Amneal Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, Epitex Incorporated, Jamaica Pharmaceuticals USA, Invitor, stop it, Dave. Incorporated, Mylan Pharmaceuticals Incorporated, Sun Pharmaceuticals Industries, and Zydus Pharmaceuticals Incorporated. I call for approval on a roll call vote, as long as I don't have to repeat all of that.
Okay, so you won't have to repeat it, but we do need to break that into 3 different motions. I will read the motion and then ask for the motion and a second. But it involves all of the entities that you did indeed mention there, Councilor Wildenhain. Thank you.
Okay.
The first motion would be a motion to authorize the city to vote yes on the Purdue bankruptcy plan and for the law department to take the necessary steps to submit that said vote to the consortium on or before September 21st, 2025. Do I have that motion?
I'll make that
Mo-
motion.
So it was been moved by Counselor Wildenhain, seconded by Counselor Moreno. Is there any discussion on this motion? Again, this is regarding the Purdue bankruptcy plan. Roll call? Roll call, yes. Clerk will call the roll.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Ruzo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Wildenhain.
Yes.
7-0.
The second motion also involves Purdue bankruptcy, Purdue Pharma. It is a motion to authorize the city to sign the Sackler Participation Agreement and the Global Entity Settlement Agreement, which is required to receive funds from the Purdue direct settlement involving the Sackler family, and for the law department to take the necessary steps to submit said agreements on or before September 30th, 2025. Do I have a motion? Counselor Ruzo makes the motion. Counselor Moran seconds the motion. Is there any discussion on that motion? In that case, the clerk will call the roll.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Ruzo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Gregor. I'm sorry, Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Wildenhain.
Yes.
7-0.
And the third motion involves the following entities: Alvogen Inc., Amneal Pharmaceuticals Inc., Apotex Inc., Hikma Pharmaceuticals USA Inc., Indivior Inc., Mylan Pharmaceuticals Inc., Sun Pharmaceuticals Inc., and Zydus Pharmaceuticals Inc. Collectively, they are
The group of 8.
G8.
the group of 8. And the motion regarding that group is the motion to authorize the city to settle with the group of 8 manufacturers, referred to as G8, and to sign the necessary participation agreements, and for the law department to take the necessary steps to submit said agreements on or before October 8th, 2025. Is there any discussion? In that case, the clerk will call the roll.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Ruzo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Wildenhain.
Yes.
7-0.
And do we need to still have a vote to file a communication from Council Milos on? We didn't do that.
Where was that?
That was number 6. You were putting up three different motions, but we never turned around and did that item's just a communication to file.
Okay, so, no, that whole item was there. Can't hurt. Oh,
Terry,
any discussion on filing that communication?
I made the motion on the first.
The third.
The third one, who made the
The
motion?
third one was Counselor Ruzo and Counselor Moran.
Right.
Do we have to vote to file the communication?
Sure.
Okay, all in favor of filing the communication of item number 6 from Frank Milos, the city solicitor, to Richard Goldstein, the city clerk, regarding Pawtucket, Rhode Island versus AmerisourceBergen Drug Corporation et al. Any discussion on
That
filing?
was motioned by Councilor
Huh?
Wildenhain,
Yeah.
and I'll second it because we never got a second. All right.
Mark and Mike. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Opposed, motion carries.
Item number 7, the Committee on Claims and Pending Suits returns the following claim for damages against the city for Myrna George for a total of $208.98. I move to deny on a roll call vote.
Second.
Been moved by Counselor Rubio, second by Counselor Ruzo and Counselor Moreno, that the Claims Committee, the Committee on Claims and Pending Suits returns the following claim for damages against the city. The claim is for Myrna George for $208.98 for a damaged tire. The motion from the Claims Committee is to deny the claim. For any discussion? Clerk will call the roll. Yes is to deny.
President Mercer.
Yes.
Council Ruzo.
Yes.
Council Codere.
Yes.
Council Moran.
Yes.
Council Moreno. Council Rubio.
Yes.
Council Wildenhain.
Yes.
7-0.
Number 8.
Before we take up item 8, did you have something you need to file, Counselor?
Yes, Mr. President, if I could, I'd like to make a motion to amend the agenda to introduce a specific communication I have here.
It's been moved by Counselor Moran, seconded by Counselor Codier, that we amend the agenda for the purpose of simply filing a communication. Is there any discussion on amending the agenda? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Motion is to file a communication from Elizabeth Marrera, Deputy Director of Administration. This is regarding a request to transfer ownership of a city-owned property at 575 Fountain Street, which is in my district, to the Pawtucket Redevelopment Agency, to the PRA, for them to review and potentially take over the property, but I'd like to have that filed.
Moved by Counselor.
And also refer to City Property
Property.
and the Planning Commission, City Property Committee and the Planning Commission.
But it's been moved by Counselor Moran, second by Counselor Codier, that a communication from Elizabeth Marrera, the Deputy Director of Administration, with a request to transfer ownership of a certain parcel of property on Fountain Street to the PRA, and to have that communication referred to both the Planning Commission and the city's property committee, the City Council's property committee. Any discussion on that matter? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Okay, now we're on to item 8.
Number 8 is a discussion regarding the use of current school bonding and future school bonding needs. I'd like to make a motion that we postpone this discussion to the next meeting.
Take it up for a moment.
I'll ask that we take it up for a moment and then talk about it.
The move by Counselor Wildenhain, second by Counselor Moran, that we take up a discussion regarding use of current school bonding and future school bonding needs. I amended the agenda to include this item on Monday after I had seen the school committee, Pawtucket School Committee's agenda for this week, for a meeting that was supposed to happen last night. And it raised some concerns for me regarding use of bonds for the construction of a new Slater Middle School. And I put it on as a placeholder because I didn't know what might have happened last night, and it would have been 2 weeks before we could have addressed this. However, Counselor Wildenhain, Counselor Arujo, and I had the opportunity to speak with a number of members of the school committee and school administration, and the director of administration on the city side as well. And we've got a little bit clearer understanding, and I will accept now a motion to continue this matter to the next meeting. I think that's the motion you were going to make, Counselor.
Correct.
Wildenhain. So it's been moved by Counselor Wildenhain, second by Counselor Moreno, that we continue item 8 to the next meeting's agenda. Any discussion on continuing? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
No further business coming.
No.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Actually, she had something.
May, I would like to say something, Mr.
Sure.
President. Thank you, Mr. President. I would like to thank the police department and Chief Goncalves for the great job they're doing regarding the ATVs and the dirt bikes in Oak Hill. It is very important that we keep our city and our constituents safe. And I just wanted to say thank you for the great job the police department and Chief Goncalves are doing in their city.
I think we all will concur and agree with that. We got that memo, that letter indicating it was a kind of a joint effort with Providence, and they are a menace when they're out there. And you're right, they deserve our thanks, and especially the folks in Oak Hill. So, is there anybody else that had anything? Counselor?
I'd like to take a minute and adjourn in memory of Ron Winchell, our finance director of, I believe it was 17 years. I knew Ron when I first came in here 15 years ago, and he was a great guy to deal with. He was really an asset to the city, and we see it more times than not that needing capable people in in those positions. Ron definitely was one of those people. His son Randy works in DPW, but most of all, I just wanted to thank his family for the service that they have done for the city. They truly have been an asset over the years, and he'll be sadly missed.
I will echo that, Rod. Ron, I knew it was at least 17 years. Really, really knew what he was doing in the finance department. He preceded Joanna LaRue. He lived for as long as I know in my district up Beverly Hill, I think on Desmarais. Randy is an asset. His son is an asset in DPW. Just a good Pawtucket family who did what they could and continuing to do what they can for the city. So he will be sadly missed. He was a genuinely nice guy. So, Counselor.
Yeah, if I could add in again, I served with him as well, all 17 years. But the thing about Ron is professional. He was an expert in his field, reliable. But to me, the biggest trait for him was he was honest, almost sometimes overly honest in a good way, as you know. But he would come out and tell you what was happening with the finances, whether it was good or whether it was bad. He was the first one to tell you, and I really appreciated his honesty, and he will definitely be sadly missed. I mean, one of the probably the best finance directors we've had for the city for all these years. So we'll miss him.
I agree. I didn't see your hand. I apologize.
That's all right.
Anybody else? In that case, we will adjourn with a moment of silence for Ron Wunschel. We are adjourned.